Hello students, I welcome you all in the next lecture of Mathematics 1. We are doing revision of chapter number 4, that is ratio and proportion. In the previous lecture, we have seen the operations on equal ratios or properties of equal ratios, where we have seen five properties totally, or five operations. The first one is invertendo. If A upon B is equal to C upon D, then B upon A is equal to D upon C. This is called as invertendo. Then second one is alternando. If A upon B is equal to C upon D, then A upon C is equal to B upon D. You can see that the position of B and C is altered here. This is called as alternando. Then we have seen componendo. If A upon B is equal to C upon D, then A plus B upon B is equal to C plus D upon D. Here we are adding denominator in the numerator. Okay, and denominator is kept as it is. This is called as componendo. I told you that componendo word you relate with addition. We are adding denominator to the numerator. Next is dividendo. If A upon B is equal to C upon D, then A minus B upon B is equal to C minus D upon D. Here we are subtracting denominator from the numerator, and denominator is kept as it is. This is called as dividendo. And last one is combination of these two properties, componendo and dividendo, called as componendo dividendo. If A upon B is equal to C upon D, then A plus B upon A minus B is equal to C plus D upon C minus D. Condition is what? A is not equal to B and C is not equal to D. I told you, because if A is equal to B or if C is equal to D, then denominator is going to become 0, which is not possible. Okay. So these properties we have seen previously. Now let us start with practice set 4.3. Before that, you have to take a note that this activity just above the practice set is cancelled. Also try to go through all the solved examples. I have discussed them in the regular lecture. I am not discussing again in revision lecture because I need to focus on the practice set. Okay. So all of you please go through solved examples also. They are equally important for evaluation purpose. Okay. So practice set 4.3. The very first question here is, if A upon B is equal to 7 upon 3, then find the values of the following ratios. Okay, so this we have seen previously also. I am once again explaining. Here we are going to use these properties. So if A upon B is equal to 7 upon 3, then you have to find value of 5A plus 3B upon 5A minus 3B. So here we have to start with what is given to us. So write down what is given to us. A upon B is equal to 7 upon 3. Then observe the given question and try to find out which property is used here. See, here you can see that 5A and 5A, and here 3B and 3B. Terms are same, only they are separated by the sign which is different. So this is clearly componendo dividendo. That means you are going to use the property componendo dividendo. But observe here, the numerator is 5A and denominator is 3B. But here we are having only A upon B. So to get that numerator and denominator, here we are multiplying by 5 upon 3. We have to multiply both the sides. So both the sides we are multiplying by 5 upon 3. So from that we got 5A upon 3B is equal to 35 upon 9. Now we want this. So we have to go for componendo dividendo. So numerator plus denominator upon numerator minus denominator, that is 5A plus 3B upon 5A minus 3B is equal to 35 plus 9 upon 35 minus 9. So 35 plus 9 is 44 and 35 minus 9 is 26. So the answer is 22 upon 13. Okay, this is how we are going to use the property. Here, this question you can solve by using K method also, as I have discussed previously. In case of A, you can take 7K, and for B you can take 3K. And here A you can replace by 7K and B you can replace by 3K. and then also you are going to get the same answer. That is second method. Okay, that is also taught to you. So, but generally we are doing application of these properties or operations. That is why you need to use them, and these operations are applicable everywhere. That K method may not be applicable everywhere, but this is applicable everywhere to solve the problems. Okay, so I have used this method only. As I have said, you can use K method also. Similarly, you can solve fourth 1C. It is very similar, only the numbers are different. 7 and 9 here are given. Here 5 and 3 were there. So exactly by performing the same steps, you can solve question number 4 also. Question number 2 also is possible for you to solve. Similarities, only thing is what here, the numerator is 2a square and denominator is 3b square. So before multiplying by 2 upon 3, you need to square it. That means after this step, you will write a square upon b square, and then you will multiply by 2 upon 3 both the sides, and then componendo dividendo. So now I am discussing third one, which is little bit different here. If you observe third one, you can find that here the property of dividendo is used. Denominator is subtracted from the numerator. Okay, so property of dividendo is used here. So let us see this. Always we have to start with what is given to us. So third question. Given to us is a upon b is equal to 7 upon 3. If you observe the question, you have a cube and b cube. So here both the places we have to find out cube. So what we can say here, a cube upon b cube is equal to 7 cube upon 3 cube. So 7 cube is 343 and 3 cube is 27. Then as I have said, we have to go for dividendo. So go for dividendo. Do it on both the sides. On left hand side, a cube minus b cube upon b cube is equal to 343 minus 27 upon 27. Subtracting denominator from the numerator, both the sides. So in the right hand side, 343 minus 27, you will get 316 upon 27. That is your answer. Okay. So this way we have completed question number 1. Let us go towards question number 2 now, which is different. Here they have provided you the equation 15a square plus 4b square upon 15a square minus 4b square is equal to 47 upon 7. Then find the values of the following ratios. First is a upon b, and from that you have to find all these ratios, which is very much similar to question number 1. Only difference is that in question number 1, plus is in the numerator and minus is in the denominator. So you are going for componendo dividendo. But here exactly opposite is there. So here you need to increase one step. After doing componendo dividendo, you have to go for invertendo. Means invert it. Okay. So let us discuss this one. See here, you can observe that the terms are same. The sign is different. We want to find a upon b. That means we need to cancel b from numerator and a from denominator. For that purpose, we have to go for componendo dividendo. So first write down the given question. And we are doing componendo dividendo here. Okay. So see, for componendo dividendo, what you do is, first you make one bracket in both the places, numerator and denominator, and write the numerator both the places. See, you can see the numerator is written both the places. 15a square plus 4b square, down also 15a square minus 4b square. So in the first bracket you write down numerator both the places. Then write down plus and minus for componendo dividendo. And then in second bracket you have to write down denominator both the places. See here. Okay. In hurry, if you are writing minus sign here, then you are wrong. Just recall componendo dividendo. A plus b, a minus b. Okay, so these terms has to be same. Numerator should appear in the first bracket and denominator should appear in the second bracket. Okay, this is the first step. Since we are doing it on left hand side, we have to do on right hand side also. So here we have to go for 47 plus 7 upon 47 minus 7. numerator minus denominator plus denominator, numerator minus denominator. Now you can observe that here plus 4b square and minus 4b square, so they will get cancelled. And down 15a square and minus 15a square, they will get cancelled. So what we will get? 2 times 15a square. See, 15a square 1 and 2. Instead of writing 30, I am writing 2 times 15a square. And here 4b square 2 times. Don't cancel, just seeing these signs here, plus and minus. See, this minus and this minus is going to become plus here. So you cannot cancel 4b square in the denominator. So here also 2 into 4b square, so that we can cut these 2. So instead of adding, write down 2 times like this. So that will become simpler. And here 47 plus 7 is 54 and 47 minus 7 is 40. Okay. Now here we don't want these numbers 15 upon 4. So these two numbers we will shift here. So 15 upon 4, after shifting to RHS, it will become 4 upon 15. Okay. See, 4 has gone into numerator and 15 has come into denominator. Exactly opposite thing we are doing when we are changing the sides. Okay. Now here you can go for certain cancellations. Like see, 4 ones are and 4 tens are. Then 10 and 54. Here you can divide by 2. Here you will get 27. Here you will get 5. And again 27 and 15 you can divide by 3. And finally you will get a square upon b square as 9 upon 25. Okay. 3 9s are 27, and here also you will get 3 5s are, and one more 5 was present here. So 5 into 5, 25. So a square upon b square is equal to 9 upon 25. Now what you can find is on both the sides we can see perfect squares. So we can take square root on both the sides. After taking square root on both the sides, we will get a upon b is equal to 3 upon 5. Because 9 is square of 3 and 25 is square of 5. So in this way we have found value of a upon b. Now by using this value we have to find the remaining ratios by using the properties. Okay. So let us see the second question here. We have to start with the simplest form of the ratio, that is a upon b is equal to 3 upon 5, which we have just found out. Okay. Then we want the numerator as 7a and denominator as 3b. You can see here. See. Numerator 7a, denominator 3b. Okay. So here we are going to multiply by 7 upon 3. Both the sides. So after multiplying, you can see here this 3 and 3 will get cancelled. And value of 7a upon 3b we will get as 7 upon 5. The question is 7a minus 3b upon 7a plus 3b. But you know that such property is not present. Instead, its inverse property, that is 7a plus 3b upon 7a minus 3b, we can do by using the property componendo and dividendo. So we are going to use componendo dividendo first here. Okay. Numerator plus denominator upon numerator minus denominator, that is 7a plus 3b upon 7a minus 3b is equal to 7 plus 5 upon 7 minus 5. So 7 plus 5 is 12 and 7 minus 5 is 2, which we can reduce further and we will get here 6 upon 1. 2 ones are 2 and 2 6 are 12. So we got 7a plus 3b upon 7a minus 3b as 6 upon 1. But we want exactly inverse of this. Okay. So that is why we have to go for invertendo. So go for invertendo here. 7a minus 3b upon 7a plus 3b is equal to 1 upon 6. Both the places we have to invert. We have to change the places of numerator and denominator. This is called as invertendo. Here, as I have said, you can go for the second method also, right? Start from here. A upon b is equal to 3 upon 5. And then a is equal to 3k and b is equal to 5k. And directly you come here, that 7a minus 3b upon 7a plus 3b is equal to, and replace a by 3k and b by 5k and then solve. Then also you are going to get the same answer. Okay. So let us go further towards the fourth question now. So here also you have to start with what is given to us. A upon B is equal to 3 upon 5. If you observe the question, what you will find here is the numerator is B cube and denominator is 2A cube. Okay, that means B is in numerator, but here in the given ratio B is in denominator. So to convert it, we have to go for invertendo first. Okay, so we have used the property invertendo. B upon A is equal to 5 upon 3. Then numerator is B cube and denominator is 2A cube. So we are multiplying both the places by 1 upon 2. So in the same step we are doing all the things here, that multiplying by 1 upon 2 both the places, and here we are going to cube both sides also. Instead of doing separate steps, I have done it in the same step. So here we will get B cube upon 2A cube, and here 5 cube is 125, and here 3 cube is 27, and 27 into 2 is 54. So we will get the answer like this. B cube upon 2A cube is equal to 125 divided by 54. Okay. Again, as I have said, in all these questions, subtraction is in the numerator, but such property does not exist. So first we will go for componendo dividendo and then we will go for invertendo. So let us use componendo dividendo here. So what we will get, B cube plus 2A cube divided by B cube minus 2A cube is equal to 125 plus 54 divided by 125 minus 54. So when we add and subtract, we are going to get B cube plus 2A cube upon B cube minus 2A cube is equal to 179 divided by 71. Okay, but we want exactly inverse of this, so go for invertendo and then write down the final answer. Once again I am saying that you can use the second method also, that is K method. You can use A as 3K and B as 5K, and then you can substitute here directly. But be careful here that B appears first. So in hurry, don't substitute 3K in place of B. You need to put 5K here and you need to put 3K here. Okay. So you can use that method also. Okay. I hope you have understood these sums. Let us go now further towards the next question. Question number 4 here. Solve the following equations. These questions are very important and they will appear for 4 marks here, or for 5 marks they can appear. Of course, in board exam there is no question of 5 marks, but in 9th standard for our online assessment we have made the changes, so the question may appear for 5 marks also. Okay, so you need to solve all the sums of this type. So here now let us see what is the question. Solve the following equations. So we have x square plus 12x minus 20 divided by 3x minus 5, and here x square plus 8x plus 12 divided by 2x plus 3. Solve the following equation means we have to find value of x. To solve means to find out the value of unknown variable here. Okay. So here also we are going to use the properties which we have studied. That means alternando, invertendo, componendo, dividendo and componendo dividendo. So that we can cancel certain terms. For that you have to observe numerator and denominator very carefully. And you know that for addition or subtraction and to get the variables cancelled, here we should have equal terms. That means the numbers later should be equal. But here it is not that case. See, nothing you can see equal in numerator and denominator. So we have to make them equal. What we can observe is 3x if we multiply by 4 we are going to get 12x. And 5 if we multiply by 4 we are going to get 20. Similarly here, see 2 4s are 8 and 3 4s are 12. So if we multiply numerator by 4, then we can equate the terms from numerator and denominator. Okay. So let us multiply both the sides by 1 upon 4. Okay, so 1 upon 4 into the left hand side is equal to 1 upon 4 into the right hand side, written as it is. So when we are going to multiply here, you are going to get these two terms. Here also you are going to get these two terms. So without thinking much, you copy down the same two terms from the numerator as it is. See, 12x minus 20 and here 8x plus 12. See, 3 into 4, 12 into x, 12x, and 4 into 5, that is 20. Similarly here 2x into 4 is 8x and 3 into 4 is 12. Now we have to decide which property we need to use so that these terms will get cancelled. So if we add, that means if we go for componendo, they will not get cancelled because signs are same. So we have to go for dividendo. So how you will keep in mind, if the signs are opposite, you will go for componendo. And if the signs are same, then you will go for dividendo. So here you will observe that the signs are same. That is why we have to follow the property or operation of dividendo. So write down by dividendo here. Here dividendo O should appear. Here the actually it is present, but because of the screen it is not visible. So try to understand. By dividendo, numerator minus denominator, and always write down in bracket. Numerator in one bracket minus denominator in other bracket upon denominator as it is. Same thing you have to perform on RHS, that is right hand side. Numerator minus denominator upon denominator as it is. So you can see here that plus 12x and minus 12x, they will get cancelled. Similarly minus 20, and see this minus into minus will become plus, so 20 also will get cancelled. Here also 8x and 8x will get cancelled and 12 and 12 will get cancelled. So what we will get is x square both the sides in the numerator. While writing denominator, what care you have to take? This 4 which you have multiplied previously, again take it outside, and from here you can write down. See this 4 as it is and this term in bracket. Similarly here 4 outside and this term in bracket, so that we can cancel 4 and 4, which is the constant number. Please take a note that here immediately you cannot cancel x because it's a variable. So first thing, that if x is equal to 0, then LHS and RHS, they are going to become equal. That means x is equal to 0 is going to satisfy the equation, or the equation is true for x is equal to 0. That is why x is equal to 0 is one solution. Always think of this. But 0 cannot appear in denominator. So here we can observe, if we put 0 here, denominator is not becoming 0. So here this equation is true for x is equal to 0. Therefore x is equal to 0 is one solution. But if x is not equal to 0, that means if x is positive or x is negative, then you know that square is never negative, and then we will get the constant on both the sides and we can cancel it. So if x is not equal to 0, then we can cancel this x square from both the sides. So we will get the new equation as 1 upon 3x minus 5 and here 1 upon 2x plus 3. And then after cross multiplying, we are going to get this. That is 3x minus 5 is equal to 2x plus 3. Or you can see here 1 and here 1. Since the numerators are equal, the denominators are going to be equal. So you can directly write down this step. Or if you want, you can write down 1 upon 3x minus 5 is equal to 1 upon 2x plus 3, and then you can do this. Okay? Or even if you do directly, then also it will do. Afterwards, now let us solve. Let us take this 2x this side and 5 this side. So what we will get? X is equal to 8. 3x minus 2x is x. And this minus 5 is shifted here. So 3 plus 5 is 8. So here we got the another value as x is equal to 8. So for this particular equation, we have two solutions. X is equal to 0 or x is equal to 8, because the equation is true for both the values. Okay. So this way you have to solve the sum. Then I am solving one more here. Question number 2, which is very much similar to first one. Only you can observe the difference here, that here see, in the numerator you have 3 terms and in denominator you have 2 terms. But here exactly opposite thing you can observe, that 3 things are there on left hand side. That means both in numerator as well as denominator, and here 2 terms are on right hand side. So to convert into the first type, let us go for here alternando. We will change this. Okay. So by alternando you will get this step. 10x square plus 15x plus 63 upon 2x plus 3 and 5x square minus 25x plus 12 is upon x minus 5. You can see these two terms are altered. They are changed. This is brought here and this particular complete denominator is taken to the numerator. This is called as alternando. Now it is exactly similar to first one. Here also you need to observe what you should do here, so that the terms in the numerator and denominator, not all the terms but 2 terms, they should be equal. Now here in the previous one we have thought about these last 2 terms, but now here 2 is not in the table of 2, 15 is not coming. Similarly here 25 is present. So here we cannot get the same multiple. So instead think about first 2 terms now, here also and here also. 2x if we multiply by 5x, then we are going to get 10x square. And 3x if we multiply by 5x, then we are going to get 15x. Okay. So we can equate these 2 terms now, first 2 terms. Here also see 5x into x is 5x square and 5 into 5x is 25x. So here this sum you can solve exactly by using the method which we have done in the first one. That means first you will multiply both the sides by 1 upon 5x and then you will go for dividend. So you need to solve this by using the first one. Okay. As I have said, this type of sums are very important. You have to solve them. I hope you must follow all the instructions so that it will be easier for you for the 5th online assessment, okay, which is going to be held online. All of you will get timetable and portion of the same on our app. Also you will get it on WhatsApp group. So be prepared for your exams. At the same time, you be at home, be safe, take care of yourself. You are reading the news every day or listening on the television that the corona is spreading so fast. So please do take care of yourself. Don't go out unnecessarily. Make use of mask and sanitizer. Okay, so that you can be in good health. So students, today I am stopping here. Thank you.